Have you ever felt guilty for taking a lunch break, or felt guilty for leaving the office at 5 o'clock, felt guilty at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock? Do you find yourself staying up until midnight responding to emails just so that you can stay ahead? Do you find that your mind is racing even when you try to relax and you just can't get it to stop thinking about all the tasks that you have to do? Well, if any of this resonated with you, congratulations. You may be another quiet victim of something we're going to take a deep dive into today called toxic productivity. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Defy and Hustle Radio with Noreen E. I'm Noreen Ehrlich, and let's jump right in. Toxic productivity is a mindset that involves working excessively at the expense of other areas of your life, such as your physical and mental health. Now, I'm going to let you take a look at some of the signs of toxic productivity while I read from the bottom. Toxic productivity can be caused by an unhealthy work environment where continuous work is valued over employee well-being. Toxic productivity can lead to burnout, depression, and other physical and mental health consequences. This isn't just having ambition or working hard. Toxic productivity is something far more sinister than that. It's working to the point that you're running yourself into the ground. It's fueled by guilt. It's fueled by perfectionism. And it's fueled by a constant need to have to produce more and more and more until you find yourself unhappy, unfulfilled, and wondering what you're even chasing after anymore, no matter what your pay is, no matter what your salary or title is. You just don't understand why it has to be this tough. People are starting to feel owned by their employers, who can be merciless, who can be cruel even, and they can get away with it. Toxic productivity often leads to periods of prolonged overwork, where we don't have time for adequate rest, for adequate periods of recovery, and this pushes our bodies into chronic stress, the state of chronic stress. You know it, it's the fight or flight mode, where your heart is racing and your nervous system is peaked. And even on the weekends, for example, when you don't have a lot of pressure on you, you can't get your mind to stop thinking about everything you need to get done. This chronic stress state leads to even more sinister outcomes, such as increased risk of heart disease, weakening of the immune system. And if this is resonating with you folks, you know that your body, when it needs a break from this, it will take on the nearest cold or flu just so that you get a moment to stop and take care of yourself and take care of your body and your health, and maybe even get a little space to reconsider how you can move forward in this situation where you may feel chained to the desk, stuck without a lot of options. It also can lead to changes in your brain functioning, which in turn can lead to things like anxiety and depression. What also starts to happen is you lose your sense of accomplishment because you're never plateauing. You're never seeing that space where you go, oh, I am really proud of myself. Look at how much I've done. It can be confusing for you, and this can lead to emotional exhaustion and detachment from the people in your workplace who you feel like don't understand just how much pressure you're under, and you can't express it. And maybe the same thing is happening at home. You're starting to feel detached because unless somebody understands what can go on in these workplaces, you can feel very alone in this with very few options of how to remove yourself, especially if you're not in a position to just go away or take some time off. Think about it. Unrealistic deadlines, unrealistic sales goals set by people that we may work for, or organizations that we work for that don't have any clue exactly what is needed to get this all accomplished. And they may not care that much. They just want it done. Late night emails, weekend work, and a constant need, no matter what you accomplish, to prove yourself over and over. I want you to know, if you're relating to this, that you're not alone. This isn't a personal failure. This is a worldwide epidemic. It's in every industry, and I'm getting into this in another video that I'll link here, but it is in every industry, at every level of the hierarchy, and every corner of the world. Toxic productivity thrives in this workplace paradigm we've created, where overwork is celebrated and pushing back against the status quo is punished. You're expected to go above and beyond, especially in certain industries. I certainly know my industry of finance. You're expected to go above and beyond, but if you burn out, that's on you. That's on you. You just couldn't make it in the big leagues. Folks, we're going to take a deep dive into the toxic productivity mindset in the workplace. How it became acceptable, how it became so ingrained that we think, what can I do? This is just the way it is. I better just keep working at this relentless pace. I have no options. We're going to look into the devastating toll it's taking on workers and employees in every corner of the globe, and we are going to look at how people are starting to push back. We need to completely shift this paradigm into something that has humane ethics, humane values, humane morals again. One person at a time. I am a certified public accountant in the state of New York, and I was for many, many years a chief financial officer in Manhattan's investment fund industry. I do know what it's like to walk the tightrope between corporate demands and self-preservation, between corporate demands and self-respect. And I do know that not only is it possible for you to improve your situation, but it's probable. Thank you for being here with me. I'm Noreen Ehrlich. This is Defy and Hustle Radio with Noreen E. We're going to keep looking into how you can have the career you deserve, and this is just the beginning.